Bills question mark for the 2022 defense. What is your biggest question mark? What's the one thing you think could hold them back?
I'm copping out a little bit because I'm gonna do a question mark at each level of the defense. So first question mark, starting with the back end. Is Trey White gonna be ready for the opener? And if not, how many games is he gonna miss? And will Kaiir Elam be able to step in and be the de facto CB1 for a period of time and hold down that secondary at the cornerback position until Trey White comes back? We saw last year, towards the end of the season, the Bills, corners kind of, they struggled a little bit in that first half of that Tampa. They kind of got it together, right, between Dane Jackson and Levi Wallace. So it wasn't all that bad. So that's question mark number one on the secondary. Question mark in the middle. Can Tremaine Edmunds earn himself a new contract this year with his play? Will the additions up front on the defensive line of Daquan Jones, Tim Settle, Ed Oliver, playing with guys like Von Miller and Gregory Rousseau on the outside of him, will that help Tremaine Edmunds in a significant way in 2022 to where he really tips the scales more in the favor of those who support him and see what that potential is of him, in flashes of his play throughout the last several seasons? And then question mark on the defensive line is who's going to step up outside of Gregory Rousseau and Von Miller, right? Is AJ Epinesa, can he step up now? It's a maker. I don't want to call it make or break, but like I have big questions around AJ Epinesa, and I have questions about what Boogie Basham's role might be given his weight fluctuation. But really, the biggest question mark to me right now on the front seven or on the front defensive line is AJ Epinesa, and what is he going to be, and what is he going to contribute for this team in 2022?
Yeah, Rob comes in. He says Trey White. Obviously, that injury is concerned. How's he going to rebound from that injury? Zen Bills fan coming in saying if Poyer doesn't get paid, he's going to sandbag. I disagree. You don't want to sandbag yourself in a contract year. So he's kind of going to be forced to sort of play with his hair on fire to try to earn that contract from another team. So I respectfully disagree there. Earl Scott comes in. I like this one. Chemistry.
That's interesting.
Those 7 new players, how are they going to gel? How long is it going to take them to gel? When are they going to sort of get into a rhythm? Do you see new things from Leslie Frazier and Sean McDermott? Because they have some personnel they really haven't had in a while. A lot of pass rushing interior defensive linemen. Von Miller is a different type of edge player than they've had before. Terrell Bernard, as Chris Jenke comes in, how's he going to be utilized? Because he's sort of like another Matt Milano type as opposed to more of an AJ Klein type. So it'll be really interesting to see a more athletic CB2. Do we do more man coverage stuff? There's a whole bunch of new wrinkles that you could see. Chemistry could obviously be a concern as well. Devin E comes in. Von Miller in a rotation. Does he see 50% of the snaps? Does he see 60? Like what does he see compared to the last sort of finger quotes alpha edge rusher we had in Jerry Hughes, the previous alpha? Some people might not want to call him that, but in terms of the Bills, he was the alpha pass rusher the last couple of seasons. So does Von Miller get an uptick in playing time from what Jerry Hughes had in his rotation? Do the Bills go away from that rotation a little bit? My biggest question mark is one of the things that you had as your take, as one of your maybe surprises. My biggest question mark is, can they stop the run consistently? I mean, last season they were 6th in pass rush win rate, and they were 16th in run stop win rate. So you had a very, very good team at, stopping the pass or getting to the quarterback in terms of pressures, and a team that struggled stopping the run. Now, the IDL additions, the interior defensive linemen, it's not exactly like those two gappers that we were expecting. We talked about Fedarian Mathis 150 times on this podcast before the draft as the type of defensive tackle we were expecting. Jordan Phillips, who previously had struggled against the run. Tim Settle, known for his pass rushing. Some of these guys that we brought in, not exactly the two gappers we were expecting. The guys who were brought in to maybe help us get better against the run, Daquan Jones, Terrell Bernard to allow us to play a little bit more base. Shaq Lawson, if he gets into the rotation, has always been good against the run. Those seem to be the biggest additions to try to improve this run stopping, this run defense. My question is, will it be enough? So that's still going to be my question going into the season is, can we stop some of these potent rushing attacks?